Hello and welcome back to the Villa View for a match preview. James, thanks for joining me. We're talking about Sheffield Wednesday this Saturday. How are you feeling about this one? Obviously Mr. Steve Bruce returns.
I think we're obviously going to speak about that at some point, but there's a lot going on, isn't there? It's, the whole narrative's there, the whole storyline's there. Pretty much another match, removing all the the emotion, it's another match for Aston Villa. Sheffield Wednesday.
Another must-win.
Yeah, it's another must-win for both teams. Sheffield Wednesday in playoff contention, believe it or not. It's hard going, but they do have a chance, and that chance is only there if they beat Villa. Much like Villa's chances, they have to beat Sheffield Wednesday to get that playoff position. You can't mess up now.
It's that tight, isn't it? That pretty much any team that's around sort of probably 8th, maybe 9th and above. You got Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Middlesbrough, us. And I know Bristol City have got games in hand, but that's sort of 5 or 6 teams there that could finish in that 5th or 6th place. That whoever slips up now is probably going to miss out, because I think the other teams are going to be so up for it that you've probably got maybe 1 or 2 losses that you can get away with. Other than that, you've got to be 100% form.
Absolutely, and I think the dumb stat is that every team outside the bottom 3 can mathematically qualify for the playoffs. That's mad. That's a mad to me. That is mad. But Sheffield Wednesday are probably the cut-off. Any team below Sheffield Wednesday, I'm thinking that is not happening.
What's the points difference between how many Sheffield United? How many Sheffield Wednesday on now?
I think they're on 56. So
are we 59?
We're on 60.
60 now.
So a win. Look,
we should check that.
They've got a hard run in. They have to verse us, Forest, Preston, I think, QPR.
That Preston game could be big.
It's going to be massive. Each game, most of the games they play against teams they're going to need to. It's a lot of 6-pointers there basically.
Yeah. Just checking the table very quickly. So Villa 60 points. You're right. Derby County 59 points, but our goal difference is 8 better than theirs, which that's important. Middlesbrough 58 points, Forest 57 points, Preston 57, Sheffield Wednesday 56.
I think that's a cut-off for the playoffs there.
Yeah, Hull are on 54, so they're 6 points behind us.
Yeah, real outside chance there.
I think I'd class Sheffield Wednesday with an outside chance, to be honest. I think it's between Bristol, Derby, Middlesbrough and Villa. Yeah. 4 goes into 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
Are we one of those 2?
I think so. I think mathematically, it's in our hands.
It's not though, because the game's in hand.
Yeah, but if we win all ours, we're in. Right? Because we got Bristol.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
It's totally.
It sounds weird to say it's in our hands because of the games in hand, but I think the one is against Middlesbrough. Actually, they played that now.
Yeah, they played that.
They beat Bristol won, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I think the other game in hand is the week before the last game. Is it? Is it the midweek before the final game?
Yeah. So it's going to come down to quite a crunch. But I think if Villa carry on, even if they lose to Bristol City, I'm more worried about Derby. Right. To be honest, there's 2 places up for grabs. You got to win the points.
Because we said, didn't we, that just because Bristol get into it doesn't mean that we'll drop out. It's Middlesbrough that are the ones that have been dropped out there. I think they're down to 8th now.
Yeah,
they're and they were 5th for ages.
Tanking.
So I think they've lost 5 in a row now. Middlesbrough.
It's pretty.
Going off from Wednesday,
chaos, basically.
It's just madness because let's just say it seems very unlikely that Middlesbrough win the next 5 in a row. They'll be right back up there. So it's hard to discount anyone at this stage, and very much so with Villa. That, like you say, we've just got to keep winning. I think you can probably get away with dropping points in a couple of games, but weirdly, I don't know whether someone else has said this or I've seen it on Twitter. I'd rather drop points to Rotherham midweek and gain points against Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol, because you're at least guaranteeing you're taking points away from a promotion contender as well.
Absolutely.
Because the obvious game is we'll beat Rotherham. That's the easier game, but if anything, if we are going to drop points at some point, I'd rather we drop points to somebody that's not going to affect our position.
I think it makes sense reasonably, yeah.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Not like that, Mr. Steve Bruce, Sheffield Wednesday manager, doing very well. Doing very well there. What do you make of his time at Villa, firstly?
It's a mixed bag.
Looking back on it now, Dean Smith's been here, sort of 5, 6 months?
Yeah, I think obviously we're doing better, we're playing better. Steve Bruce did get a number of results last season. He's kind of did we were tanking in that first season. We were doing rubbish, and that kind of steadied out. All you can just say was it's steady at best.
We won a lot of games, didn't we, last year, and we had some good times, but ultimately we didn't do the job that he was brought in to do. And this season we were rubbish, pretty much. I think when he was sacked, the record was we'd won 1 in 9, 10, something like that.
You think about the squad we had, like Chester, Grealish, Abraham, and Dean Smith seems to have gotten some better results out of that same squad up to January or winter when it kind of went downhill. But I think for the most part we're playing better and looking more positive, and I think there's a number of decisions which do land on Bruce's doorstep, like the defender situation. You know, I think something could have been done there. I can see that for sure. Something could have been done in the summer to change that, but I don't know.
What about Sheffield Wednesday? Because obviously he was unbeaten for a long time at one side. I don't know whether they still are.
They still are, yeah.
They're still unbeaten.
I think
that's a good record.
11 games, and this obviously...
I think there was a lot of draws in there though, but they got themselves up into promotion contention when they weren't really anywhere near, because obviously that's like the manager, so they weren't anywhere near.
It's a lot of draws, right? And you're thinking now, what if some of those draws were wins? That'd be right up there.
Anyone could say that though.
Yeah, anyone. That's the main thing, isn't it? Draws into wins. But that started when they sacked Joost Lahuke, which, you know...
Good pronunciation.
I'm practicing that. So I probably got it wrong, someone's going to comment. But no, that did start when they changed the manager. And Steve Bruce obviously had a hiatus before he joined, and so they're unbeaten from before he joined, but he carries that run on, and more so those results have been under him. They've been playing, they've looked a lot more solid. I'd compare them much to Blackburn, the team we've just played. They're probably what Blackburn should be.
Right.
You know, in the best situation, that's probably what Blackburn should be, and in the worst situation, Sheffield Wednesday would be what Blackburn are now. But I think, you know, at the start of the season, towards the middle, Sheffield Wednesday were looking bad. You know, there was, you know, financial fears. They weren't kicking on at all under the manager, and you're looking, that's an outside bet for relegation there. The season's been completely turned around, and Steve Bruce is, like it or not, a factor in that. And Sheffield Wednesday fans, of course, there was the article I'm pretty sure we'll talk about. They have every right to defend their manager.
We'll talk about it now. Talk about it now. Tell me about this. Explain. I'll try and explain
it. You go for it. You go.
So there's, what I like in this too is you often see these articles come up from sort of publications and stuff where you read it as an outsider, where you're not involved in the team, and you just sort of go, well, yeah, whatever. Like, if they've written this article, it must be true, sort of thing. And that's probably a wrong way to assess journalism. But another journalist is writing about that club, whatever, they get on with it. But when it's your own team that's involved in it, you sort of go, well, that's a load of lies. That one over there, because I know what really happened. So this article was basically going, poor Steve Bruce. He had a horrible time at Villa. He was never backed. How the Villa fans treated him was a disgrace. And the whole of the footballing world will be behind Sheffield Wednesday this weekend, hoping that he can beat Villa. Which, for a start, besides Villa and Sheffield Wednesday fans, most people don't even know this game is taking place.
No.
Apart from the teams that affect the playoffs, Bristol, Preston, all these teams, they'll have an eye on it. But Man United and Man City fans aren't sitting there this week and going, I hope Sheffield United beat Villa for that. Oh, doesn't happen, does it? So you see this article from when you've got a perspective on it and go, you're just talking rubbish.
Yeah, there'd be like a rogue set of kind of older generation journalists and ex-footballers who will feel aggrieved that one of theirs was brutal. He was like, any sacking in football is brutal. I think we have to get over that. Any sacking in football is usually brutal. It comes at a bad time, it's always personal, and there's always bad blood there when a sacking is made like that.
Yeah, but that was two ways from Bruce when he was talking about the mad few and demeaning fans' intelligence and stuff. The only one thing I'll agree with in that article about the cabbage was too far.
But like
bringing cabbage,
the journalist was going on like
that's stupid.
The journalist was going on like would beat him to death with a cabbage or hit him really hard in the head, and it was just like kind of limply rolled at his feet from, or just
I can't
pushed
remember.
at him.
It was near me, but I don't remember.
It was an old bloke as well. He's chucked in it. I can't. For me, there's nothing in it, and there was a lot of friction between Bruce and the fan base, and it goes both ways. He's entitled to punch back, in my opinion.
Yeah, true. But also, if you're going to be sort of antagonising is the word, I guess, in press conferences and stuff, and in post-match interviews, you're going to get people taking things the wrong way, whether you intend it or not. And it was one of those ones where it felt like towards the end that this relationship, regardless of football, is never going to be repaired. That even if you win the next sort of 3 or 4 games, people are always going to be thinking in the back of our mind, yeah, but you shouldn't have said what you said, and maybe we shouldn't have done what we've done. But I look at it now and go, I don't really care about Steve Bruce. As a manager, I don't care. He's not our manager anymore. I'm with Dean Smith now. I care about what Villa are doing. The fact that I'm not even 100% sure whether Steve Bruce is still unbeaten at Sheffield Wednesday tells you all you need to know. I'm not looking at Sheffield Wednesday going, maybe if we should stuck with Bruce we'd have been better off, because we weren't. We were going nowhere. We made the right decision and we move on as fans. That's what happens. We've got our new man in now. When you see articles like this and they're just talking rubbish, it's just pointless. It just fuels a bit of fire before the game, but to get clicks, basically. Because Villa fans are all over it and we're talking about it, so it's job done, isn't it? The decision to sack him was purely footballing based. Villa weren't getting results. He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday and he's getting results. Great. So I hope Sheffield Wednesday fans are happy, but we had to move on when we did, and we did. We've got Dean Smith now, and ultimately we're looking better. Sheffield Wednesday looking better. To be honest, everyone should be happy with how things are going at the moment.
It's like a really noxious relationship, and it came at the worst time for Steve Bruce, and at a time when we were looking at brighter things. Obviously, it's just come to a point where it's completely fallen apart, and both parties actually are better off.
Yeah,
Sheffield
100%.
Wednesday fans are really enjoying Steve Bruce, and
but we were at one point, and then we didn't. That's football, isn't it? This time next year, they might be going, we had a great run last year under Bruce, we didn't quite make it into playoffs, and now look at us, we're in financial disarray, like we were.
Yeah,
when he's trying to get John Terry in for 100k a week.
Going back to the article, it all came to head. Villa fans were retweeting and laughing at it, and Boki Wright said, that just proves my point. I'll stick with the bloke who's won a promotion 4 times, and it didn't work for us, but if it works for you, go
exactly.
for it.
Just keep to what you're doing. I saw Matt Kendrick did a reply article to it that was actually very good. It made me laugh a few times. It was a nice, what was it? Something about something grocery misconduct about the cabbage incident. That was a good line.
That's Pete Kendrick.
So that's on my Twitter if you want to go and have a little chuckle at Kendrick. With Kendrick, not Aim. Let's go back to the game. I'm sick of speaking about Steve Bruce. That was a tongue twister to get out. Let's talk about Villa for this game. What sort of formation and line-up are you looking at for Villa this week? Changes in the midfield, maybe? I don't know why I say that, I'm just putting something
I think mostly it will stay the same. I think the main change I'll be looking at is Tuanzebe ready to come back?
Do you change it though? We've only conceded 1 goal and it was a set piece. Like we were saying before, don't change it if things are going alright. Concede a set piece which was probably a keeping error. I don't think you change the defence because of that.
Well, House probably stays in at left back.
No, I know that, but does Taylor deserve to be dropped?
Not necessarily, but that's football, isn't it?
No, Tuanzebe is a good player.
Tuanzebe's probably only here for a few more months, right, on loan.
There's talk about he was coming back next year, but
until that's done,
that was the sun, I think. So.
Until that's done, it's not happening, basically, is it? Until it's done and dusted.
True.
It's not
happening.
Until
the fat lady sings.
But no, if you've got one of the best centre-backs in the Championship, one of the best passing centre-backs in the Championship, it's wasted on them, and you're getting Courtney House at the end of the season, put him at left back, bring a right-footed centre-back in, who could be excellent with Tyrone Mings, we don't know, but now's the time to look at a move like that.
Is it though?
Maybe wait to Rotherham.
So is it worth changing it? I think you'd only change it not because anyone's done bad, which I guess is a good situation to be in. We're not going bring him back in quick because we need him. We're going maybe we need fresh legs because we're playing a lot of games again.
Well, there is a part of me that's just saying this because saying, you keep it the same, we're done, is not
we'll
really.
We'll move on to the next segment.
But no, a big part of me.
There's pros and cons to both situations, I think, because keeping a back four that's not really conceding goals together is obviously great. But like you say, you've got one of the best ball-playing centre-backs sat on your bench doing nothing, like one of Man United's probably best prospects.
Yeah, just no-brainer to me, to be honest, but there you go.
I feel sorry for Neil Taylor, but
that's football, isn't it?
That is football. I felt sorry for a few of their players over the last few years. Tommy Elphick, one most notably, of players that just get dropped for no real reason. And a few months ago, people would be going, get Neil Taylor out of the team as soon as possible, but on this recent run we've been on, he's been good like everybody else. Green and El Ghazi, they're the 2 options that we stick with, or was it time to change it up a bit?
I think Green struggled, and that's mainly because he's on the wrong side. It's his right foot, right? He's right-footed and he's on the right. But he's always looked better on the left, that's where he's looked most dynamic. But El Ghazi's just owned that place now, that's his. But Green, he's got time on his side, so I don't see the harm in giving him another game. He's not cost Villa anything to play there. He's maybe done fairly average, under average, missed a few crosses in. People are going to remember the crosses that go miles wide rather than the crosses that no one's running into the box to receive. But I think he deserves another game there. He's the talent that's obviously Villa want to produce on the wing, so let him have another game. As much as I love Albert Adoma and as much as he shows, Green's going to be here next season.
True.
Green's going to be here the season after. Well, not left if
maybe
contract situation, but I think that they roll with Green. See what happens. If he's not cutting it on the wing in this game, maybe we talk about dropping him for Rotherham, or maybe we carry on for the Rotherham game. But it's a conversation for the future. I think that position it's going to stay the same. I can't see what option you bring in there to make the entire side better, because Andre Green's not doing much wrong. He's wasting a few crosses. He looks a bit off balance, but those aren't massive crimes, in my opinion.
What about the fans? What do you think sort of reception do you think he'll get?
He's going to get a hostile one. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to get a... Well, it's not, when I say hostile, I don't mean aggressive. I mean it's going to be quite jovial, and but it's going to be loud. Whatever happens, it's going to be loud, because it's Villa fans away.
I think we're taking 3,000, is it?
It could be a lot more. It could be a lot more.
I think it was less than they asked for more, but I don't know how many they've actually sold.
It won't be any horrible abuse. I think it'll just be sit down, potato head or something like that, like they did before.
Yeah, that's probably true. That probably will come out.
Something about cabbage.
I'd forgotten about that.
That will be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Something like, it'll just be funny. And if he takes offence to that, that's odd. But there you go.
I don't think it will. He doesn't seem the type, but
he'll say something.
He's not going to get a positive reception as he's playing away from home. We both want to win. We're not going to go there and sing his name and applaud him, because ultimately when he went there wasn't really many people that were disappointed that he was being sacked.
He wasn't.
Apart from maybe a couple.
No one was extremely happy that he was sacked. It was just like, there we go, that's happened, it's done, we can move on.
Exactly. So when you see articles and people, I mean, we've spent probably 10 minutes of this preview talking about Steve Bruce when I've sat there and said I don't really care about Steve Bruce, probably tells you what you need to know, but ultimately, move on. I hope we beat them.
Yeah,
I hope we smash them.
Yeah,
of course I do. I would want to do that for every game.
And they hope they smash us. It goes both ways.
The fact that Steve Bruce there is irrelevant. I want to go there and win, just like I want to go with every other game. Can we get a prediction? Because we got so carried away with our great chat for the last preview, we didn't even do a prediction.
Did we not? No, we didn't.
Dan had to do one, didn't he?
And he did that weird acting job, didn't he? Like put the
Oh, you called it weird.
Yeah.
He won't watch this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Prediction? What do you reckon?
Honestly, I think I'll go for 1-1. Sheffield Wednesday have conceded one set-piece goal at home all season, and I think Villa maybe can afford something there, but I think I don't know.
Would you take a draw?
I'll take a draw happily, because I think as long as you're not losing, a draw in this situation is probably a point picked up. It's away. Look at Rotherham for 3 points, then we move on to Bristol, and that's a 6-pointer. You're gonna draw a few games.
This is there.
Yeah, no, I've stepped in it there, because I've already said it was a bloody 6-pointer.
They're there or thereabouts, aren't they?
No, I think I want to win. I'd be really happy with a win, but a draw wouldn't be the end of the world.
When Bruce was Hull manager, I don't know, you remember the clip?
Oh, that was one of my
first. Got caned, like this was going back, 4, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, I think that I had a season ticket for ages, and I stopped going because I went to college uni, and suddenly no one was paying for my season ticket anymore. And I come back for that game, and I was like, this Jack Grealish looks good, and he comes on and he just gets kicked across the pitch. There's a clip on Twitter of like 4 tackles in a row, and he just gets absolutely caned. Yeah, I think Steve Bruce, if he knows one thing, it's the weaknesses of his Villa side, or what rolls them up. And I think there is a part of him that might not want to. Because Jack Grealish loves getting kicked. Yeah, I'd feel weird about if Bruce came out and intentionally said, like, we're going to, well, obviously we won't say, but he tells his team to kick Grealish all over the park. I think individually the players might do that. That probably does happen, but I feel weird about him being our ex-manager and going, right, this is what we're going to do today, we're going to kick Villa's best player about. Because I know that's what people do, but the fact that he was here and he got good things out of Jack Grealish, for him to go, right, batter him all game, I think feels weird to me. Wednesday, if there's one thing that they do well, it's been quite aggressive in midfield, and not in terms of like laying people out, like just winning the ball. And Barry Bannon does it quite well. Oh yeah, Barry Bannon, I forgot about him. And Sam Hutchinson does it quite well, but Bannon, you look at him and that's kind of... Bannon versus McGinn. Yeah, there's a lot of similar players, like even Bannon and Grealish. You've got these kind of attacking-minded players who do get involved in dirty work, and it's going to who wins those battles. And I think Villa, Grealish and McGinn are head and shoulders above anyone in that midfield, easy. Yeah. But when it comes to that game situation, who knows? I'm going to go 2-0 Villa. Really? Yeah. No, I'm not against it. I think I was just going for the simple... I think that the draw is a sensible shout as a prediction. Yeah. But let's win it. Oh yeah, I'm not saying, I don't want to... No, I'm just saying, yeah, let's make it 6 in a row. Yeah, but you made me look negative now. Oh, you are negative, aren't you? Negative James, we all know. If you've enjoyed this preview, leave a like down below, subscribe to the Villa View YouTube channel. If you're listening on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts these days, then leave a review if you can. Send us some nice tweets and stuff. We've also been nominated for 3 FBA categories, I guess. Yes. Best podcast, best club content creator, and best established content creator, I think.
I did a video about it yesterday, so I'll leave a link to that down below where you can go and find out how you can vote, get involved on Twitter, Instagram and the FBA's website. I think isn't 7500 up for an award as
best
well?
established.
You're in our category? Okay.
No, he's in our category.
No. If you go on to best established, make sure you vote for us. If you want to go, I voted for you because I didn't want to vote for us.
I voted for me, yeah.
You voted for yourself?
Yeah, and you, and Villa on tour.
In the same category though? If we're in the same category, you can't vote for both.
No, and a different one. Best podcast, mate.
Oh, so you didn't vote in our category, you voted for you in your category?
Because that's the only category I'm in, so I'm going to vote for
that's true, yeah. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and up to Villa.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.